Hey there, I'm Frank Mitchell. On this channel, it's all about helping you understand your car and keeping it running the way it should. Whether it's routine maintenance or solving those tricky problems, I've got you covered. If you find this useful, give the video a like, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to watch till the end. You might learn something that saves you time and money. All right, let's get started.
They say that the car of the future will be electric, shared, and autonomous. Electric because its main engine will be 100% emission-free and it will be powered either by batteries or hydrogen. Shared because 80% of the population will live in big cities and there will not be parking for many more cars. And autonomous because many manufacturers point out that from 2030 cars will be able to drive alone to avoid road deaths. This commitment of manufacturers to develop electric and autonomous cars and also to promote mobility with car sharing is evident in the prototypes presented by the brands. In fact, these show cars are a way of seeing today, or at least imagining, what the cars of tomorrow will be like. While it is true that manufacturers are making fewer and fewer prototypes and that the show cars they develop are increasingly closer to production, it must be recognized that some of these futuristic cars have still been seen at the main shows. We will review below the models presented throughout this year. Audi AI Trail Quattro. We have been able to see it just a few days ago at the Frankfurt Motor Show this September. It is the vision that Audi has on a possible SUV of the future. With it, therefore, the German brand aims to develop a vehicle with which you can explore nature without expelling polluting emissions. It is characterized by a contained length, 4.15 meters, and a large width, 2.15 meters. Another interesting element of this model is that it is developed in resistant but very light materials. We are talking about aluminum or carbon fiber, among others. This makes its weight is 1,750 kilos. It also draws our attention to this model its enormous outward visibility. From Audi point out that this vehicle wants to imitate, in this sense, the cockpit of helicopters. As for the propulsion system, this prototype has electric motors on each of the wheels. Among all achieved a maximum power of 435 horsepower, 320 kilowatts, but with a maximum torque, yes, of 1,000 Newton-meters. Finally, Audi claims that this model will have a range of between 400 and 500 kilometers. BMW i Hydrogen next. As mentioned above, the cars of the future will be electric, either battery or hydrogen powered. BMW, in this sense, is one of the manufacturers that are betting on hydrogen. In fact, the Bavarian firm points out that from 2025 onwards, the iHydrogen Next will be the first of its kind. This iHydrogen Next is a prototype based on the X5. BMW states that it is betting on hydrogen as it claims that in the future there will be several alternative types of propulsion systems. The Bavarian firm says that before 2025, around 2022, it will present an X5 similar to this prototype with a hydrogen fuel cell electric propulsion. However, it will be for a small series production. The main virtue of hydrogen vehicles is a refueling time of less than 4 minutes and a longer range. To work on hydrogen development, BMW has joined forces with Toyota. BMW Vision M next. According to BMW, in the future, drivers will be able to choose to get into a vehicle and be driven autonomously, without their intervention. But there may also be a good number of users who prefer to remain drivers themselves. Well, this BMW Vision M Next is thinking for these second drivers, for those who want to continue driving. Specifically, this prototype can anticipate how the Bavarian brand sees the M division of sports cars. This prototype incorporates a plug-in hybrid propulsion system with an electric motor on both the front and rear axles, which provides a maximum power of 600 horsepower and allows it to have all-wheel drive, as well as excellent performance, 0 to 100 km/h in 3 seconds. Citroën AMI1. The French brand, Citroën, has always been characterized by developing models with a contained size and thinking, above all, in mobility. Hence its AMI1 prototype also has a similar approach. Specifically, This show car is characterized by its cubic silhouette and very small size. It measures 2.5 meters, even less than a Smart 4 This Citroën AMI1, moreover, is not only a small car. It is also narrow and reasonably tall. This model, moreover, not only has a reduced size and capacity for 2 people. Its performance is also reduced. It has a 100% electric propulsion system that gives it a range of 100 kilometers and a top speed of 45 kilometers per hour. Cupra Tavascan. For the moment, Cupra, and therefore Seat, has not communicated if it will finally take it to production. However, from here we think it has its logic if it is finally manufactured. This Cupra Tavascan could be a preview of a future electric SUV coupe. So far Cupra has the Ateca, the sporty variant of the Seat Ateca, and by 2020 it will market the Cupra Formentor, a plug-in hybrid coupe SUV. Well, this model would become the first pure electric Cupra. It is characterized by incorporating the Volkswagen Group's MEB platform, and if it reaches the dealerships we would be talking about, at least, the year 2021. This prototype has a 306 horsepower, 225 kilowatts engine that allows it to accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 6.5 seconds. It also has a range of up to 450 kilometers thanks to a high-capacity battery, 77 kilowatt-hours. Mercedes EQS. From Mercedes we already know its first electric car, the EQC, a large SUV based on the GLC and with zero emissions. We also know that the first deliveries of the EQV, the electric variant of the V-Class, a car, moreover, that is manufactured in Spain, will begin soon. And we have also seen some spy images of the EQB, the electric version of the GLB, the 7-seater SUV from Mercedes. Well, this EQS could become an electric based on the S-Class. It would be, somewhat, Mercedes' offer to fight against the Tesla Model S and Porsche Taycan, among others. Although we still do not know if it will go into production, we do know that it will have 475 horsepower of power and acceleration from 0 to 100 km/h in 4.5 seconds. And all this with a range of around 700 kilometers, as it will have a powerful 100 kilowatt-hour battery. Seat Minimo. The Seat Minimo is a prototype of the Spanish brand that aims to become a mobility solution for the most congested cities. With its 2.5 meters in length and 2-seater character, it reminds us, in part, of the Twizy, although this model is slightly longer. What we do not know is whether Seat will finally produce this model. Nor do we know if we will be able to see the rest of the models designed by the manufacturers. What is clear is that all these prototypes presented here are electric. And practically all of them are autonomous and connected. Therefore, it is clear which is the path chosen by the automotive industry for the coming years or decades. If you want to see what models you can find on the CarWow website, log in as soon as possible and take a look at what you can save with the offers from our dealer network. In conclusion, the cars of the future promise to revolutionize our driving experience in ways we can only begin to imagine. With advancements in electric and autonomous technology, we can expect vehicles that are not only more efficient and environmentally friendly but also safer and more connected than ever before. As we move towards a world where artificial intelligence and smart infrastructure play a crucial role, the future of transportation will likely prioritize convenience, sustainability, and innovation. Embracing these changes will not only enhance our daily commutes but also reshape our cities and lifestyles. The journey ahead is exciting, and the possibilities are limitless. Thank you for joining us as we explored what lies ahead in the world of automotive technology.